Hi, this is Mark Wade from CenterCityCondos.com at Prudential Fox and Roach, and in this short podcast, I'd like to address the question that gets asked to me on a daily basis, and that is, are these condo fees going to go up? Well, isn't that the million-dollar question? So, now, knowing that I do not own a crystal ball or one of those magic lamps that you rub and a genie comes out and answers all your questions for you, but there are some signs and indications on whether or not condo fees are going to go up. And I would suggest that the leading indicator of that, what's going to tell us whether or not how the stability of condo fees really a lot of times gets back to the strength or physical condition of the building. Because if I show you a condo and the hallways look like crap, and it's clear that the exterior windowsills have not been painted in 15 years, and the carpet looks like crap, and the elevator's old and crickety, and it's an old building to begin with. It looks like it hasn't really been paid a lot of attention. You can assume that somewhere down the line there are going to be assessments to that property, and a special assessment issued by the building. So if let's say the building does $100,000 worth of work, and there are 100 units in the building, and everyone gets assessed a special assessment of $1,000 per unit. Or they just simply raise condo fees $100 per unit per month until that debt gets paid off to pay off that loan. So a lot of times, if you're looking for the stability of a condominium and its stability in its condo fees, it's a lot of times a direct reflection on the condition of the building as a whole. I'm not talking about the condition of your kitchen or the condition of your bathroom or the carpets inside your unit. I'm talking about the parts of the building that are commonly and jointly owned by everyone in the association. Common hallways, the roof, the elevators, the exterior, stuff like that. So if you're looking at a building that is really not real attractive and a piece of crap, and it's a great bargain, and oh my God, can you believe it's this low price and all that? Well, there may be a reason for that, and it may be that the condo association is underfunded. The strength of a condominium association is a direct reflection on how much money they have in their pockets. There are some buildings, 1830 Rittenhouse Square, exceedingly well funded. Come on, that's the grand dame of pre-wars on Rittenhouse Square, and I'm going to suggest to you that building's probably pretty well funded. They keep up with their exterior, they keep up with the doorman, they keep up, the common elements, the elevators, all that kind of stuff, and the building's probably pretty well funded. One thing that we'll also want to look at are exterior doors and windows. The Hopkins House and Academy House and the Philadelphian, big, massive buildings that have recently replaced all their windows and doors, exterior, out to decks and things like that. They required a special assessment. Now, those buildings have a tendency to be very well managed and very well funded, although there was a special assessment needed for such a huge project. But getting back to the essential question, will these condo fees go up? Two things. Number one, we want to look at condition of the building and whether or not there's any deferred maintenance that we can easily or visually spot, or if the building is planning any improvements, that will be reflected in the condominium documents, the 34-7 to be specific. But also, the other factor that may cause that I see condo fees to spike is when a developer holds a building and then turns it over to the association. There's one building in town that you look at these condo fees that the developer is suggesting, the condo fees on this 2,000 square foot unit are going to be $100 a month. And, you're looking at those, and anybody with half a brain has got to know that it's bullshit. You can't even staff a high-rise building with a front doorman for condo fees of $100 a month. How are you going to pay for the electricity for the elevator, the electricity for the common hallways, the maintenance, the upkeep, the garage door that lifts up when the cars come in? So the two biggest things, one more time, that I think are going to impact the value or impact the future stability of condo fees, number one is building condition and whether or not there's any deferred maintenance on it. And number two, if a building is held by a developer and the condo fees look like artificially low or too good to be true, when he turns that building over to the association, the building, 2/3 of the building or 3/4 of the building sold out, and then the owners take control of the association, and have to go fund their own master insurance policy and all that kind of stuff, you might find that a lot of times that will cause the initial turnover from the developer to the owners. That may cause a spike in condo fees. But a building that has been turned over to the owners, that's in relatively good condition, that's been well maintained, it does lend some credibility that there's some stability in future condo fees there. But in my opinion, it primarily gets back to condition of the building as a whole. If there's no deferred maintenance, you can be relatively assured that your condo fees, they're going to have some stability there, because you're not paying for an upgraded new elevator or pointing to the exterior or new windows or a new roof or new hallways or things like that. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is Mark Wade just breezing over the question, will my condo fees go up in the future? Good question. Every building is indeed an anomaly, own special position, own special circumstances, and it will vary building by building. So questions, comments, or concerns, 215-521-1523. This is Mark Wade from CenterCityCondos.com at Prudential Fox and Roach. Thank you very much.